Hey everybody, it's Patrick. It is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I talk about long hair. You may notice that I am not talking to you from where I normally do. I normally film these on my couch, but today Peter just got back from having a little bit of surgery. There's nothing wrong with him. It's something he needed to get done, but he is not feeling like someone who really wants to have someone at home talking about long hair in the house. I'm going to just let him relax and have a good time. I'm picking up some food for dinner. I'm actually at the parking lot of our local grocery chain, and I'm going to pick up some food, so if he feels like eating, we'll have that available. I just got off work, and so I thought that I would cover a topic that somebody asked me about. I did some research on it. Don't have any notes with me, so I'm going to cover this basically in general, but I figure get this one done, get it really quickly done, and then I can go home and take care of Peter and hope that he doesn't feel so bad over the next day or two. So someone asked me to talk about long hair, and I guess it would be bad habits. Some things that you may be doing or that people around you may be doing that might have an effect not only on your health, on your basic health, or on your well-being, or on your ability to keep a job, but just how does it affect your hair? And it's interesting because we think about things like drinking, smoking, taking, say, illicit substances in really general terms. You know, they could be, if you're doing any of this to excess, it could affect your health. Absolutely. Smoking's terrible for your health. Drinking, there are some effects that are good for you, like those studies that show that a glass of red wine can help with your heart, a glass every night. I've read some of that, but drinking to excess obviously is not something that most people want to do. And then any sorts of let's just say pharmaceuticals that you may not have prescribed to you, or even if you do have them prescribed to you, if you're taking them quite a bit, what could happen to you from that? So I did some research. Some of this probably has affected my browser history, so I hope I don't show up on any, any flags for, people who are looking for, Anyway, my search history is so boring. It was probably exciting if the NSA is looking at me. But, so let's just cover this real quick. So all three of these things, if you're talking about how it affects your hair and just how it affects your hair, the first thing is all of them can be quite dehydrating to your hair. They work in different ways, but that's the main thing that's going to happen with your hair. And in fact, it can cause hair loss and for your hair to look brittle and dry and damaged and break and all of that. With alcohol, alcohol creates an effect where your hair just doesn't get the nutrients it should. There's an essential nutrient that helps your hair grow. That alcohol actually inhibits that nutrient from being created. It's actually really bad for your skin as well. So skin and hair, just drinking to excess will actually make you look, if you've ever seen people who have drinking problems, I know I have, maybe in my extended family, they may have like very sallow skin and maybe look a little bit gray. That's actually just an effect, but that's an effect of this hormone compound, not a hormone, but this chemical that is missing from your hair, from your face, and it can affect your hair. It can cause your hair to fall out, can cause your hair to look very dry, brittle. It can thin. It can cause just a little bit of your hair to stop growing. With cigarettes, with smoking, it actually has to do with the nicotine in cigarettes will cause your capillaries to close up. So you don't get as much blood flow to your hair follicles. So that is going to cause your hair to stop getting the nutrients it needs. The follicles is the only place where your hair is basically alive, and it feeds the rest of your hair. So if you are not getting the nutrition that you need, you may be eating just fine, but if you are not getting the nutrition that you need, because the blood isn't actually going to your very small capillaries in your hair follicles, well then your hair is just basically going to starve and it's going to start looking bad, and that can also fall out. They also have shown some studies in, I believe it was the British Medical Journal, showed that hair can start to be prematurely gray due to smoking as well. So I'm always amazed in this day and age. We knew in my day, when I was a kid in the 1970s, that smoking was bad for you. It always amazes me that it continues to be a habit that people pick up, especially nowadays. It just seems very odd that that's something that people still decide to do. So it's never appealed to me. But it's, I had parents, both my parents smoked. So as kids, we hated the smell and all of that. And smoking also does have those cosmetic effects. Your hair will smell bad. It'll smell like whatever smoke you've been around. It gets a little dirtier, it gets a little bit drier, all of that sort of thing. So that's one of those things that you really want to be aware of as well. Plus, you could catch your own hair on fire. So there you go. And the third thing, if we're talking about any sort of medications you're taking, or any sort of, let's say, things that you might pick up on the street, those sorts of things, once again, if you're taking a lot of them, they can affect your blood constriction. If you're talking about anything that makes your heart go faster, and maybe makes you more excitable, that's going to affect your blood flow because it affects your heart. But there's also this overall effect that if you're taking a large amount of some sort of substance that affects your whole body chemistry, which is basically what's happening when you do, it can put your body into a small state of shock. And that state of shock stops a lot of things from happening. And one of those things, which is not very essential to you, it's going to go to just the essential things. What's not essential is for you to grow hair at this time. So you can experience hair loss, your hair can look worse, and it can start to fall out. It can start to the ends can split, all of that sort of stuff. Plus, if you're taking something that you shouldn't be taking, and I'm not making any moral judgments, but if you are going for a job, if you are in any sort of place where you need to have drug testing, and they're saying, do you take any of this? And you say, well, of course not. Remember that your hair holds on to your history longer than anything else. So your blood may not have any traces of whatever it is that you may or may not have taken. Your pee, your urine may not have any traces of that, but your hair can hold on to it for a very long time, up to 90 days for your hair. It can just hang out there. So if you have long hair, if you have very short hair and you get it cut every month or so, that history may go away. But if you have long hair and you're growing long hair, your kind of hangs on for quite some time. Anyway, I have people looking at me very strangely right now. I haven't done this. I think only once or twice I've talked in the car. So I am going to go and pick up some stuff for some tacos and maybe a treat or two to see if Peter can feel better. I'm here every Tuesday talking about long hair. Usually I'm not doing it in my car, but the light is fantastic at this time of day, so I guess maybe I will do it every Tuesday in the car. Who knows? Nah. Too many people looking at me. On Thursdays, I make a 3-ingredient recipe with a friend, and on weekends, George is a cat. He likes to talk about good self-esteem. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. You can subscribe, you can leave a comment. If you have any questions about long hair, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Would love to hear from you. I will see you again next week with more long hair talk. Thanks for joining me.